staring. So it boosts the power of your third eye.
Right.
Definitely, it gets cleansed, and your pineal gland gets activated if it's not already, and your emotions will get balanced, and you can release your past karma. It's very deep. So you just lit a candle.
Okay.
And you do the 4:6:8 meditation, all 6 to 7 rounds beforehand. Do the pranayama or the breathing technique. Then you stare to the flame, candle flame, for at least 15 seconds for first time. You have to do 4 rounds. You 15 just see it, gaze the candle flame for 15 seconds. Then you have to like close your physical eyes, and you must see the candle flame from your non-physical eyes, from this side. Yeah,
That's
that's
what I
the
was doing
main
wrong.
exercise. Yeah, that's the main exercise.
So
Some people
your eyes are closed.
yeah, then you have to see the candle flame with your this eye. Some people what do they do, just gaze the candle, and no, it's not going to happen like this. You have to focus here. And what happens?
Angel, no. You make perfect sense now. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for that.
So if you don't focus this middle point, just where the third eye lies, the seat of the soul, we call the Agya Chakra. If we do not focus here, it will go here and there. The flame itself goes here, sometimes here, sometimes here. So whenever we focus, it comes to this point. It's very proved. So after that, you just don't let come any other thoughts to your mind, and you open your eyes. Some people tell that you stare and gaze the candle flame to the point when your eyes get teary. Please don't do that. It might
Do retina
harm
damage.
your eyes tissues. Yeah, that's very bad.
It's not about your about your actual eyes. It's your third eye. Oh, that's great news. Thank you.
Yeah, so you can actually tinkle like this, no issues at all. So you have done it like first time 15 seconds, then close your eyes. Then whenever distractions happen and you see the focus point, after some time like 1 minute or 20 seconds, 30 seconds, you open your eyes and you then gaze again. But at the last time, whenever you do for the fourth time, the last time, final round, what you do, no thoughts will come actually. For the beginners it might come, but for me there's nothing, it's all blank. So
wow.
So last time when I gaze, the last round, it will become redder and more purpler. So you say thank you, or I'm grateful and I'm humbled on your mind, and you give a namaste, because that is the main thing. That's the portal actually. We'll talk about it later. So that's the candle meditation, and then you thank and you open your eyes and water your eyes. That's the candle meditation.
That is amazing. That is
And
amazing.
what it will do, I want to show you. Perhaps you have heard about, because I know you are a yoga practitioner. You have heard about Shushumna Nadi, right? Pingala, Shushumna, Ida. There are 3 nadis. I don't know the exact English word for nadi. No, it's where energy comes, and it's a spine. It's in our spine. Yeah, it's inside of our spine. So there are 3 nadis. Pingala, that is that is always connected with the sun. Ida, always connected with the moon. And the Shushumna Nadi, the balance Nadi, the balancing Nadi, it is in the middle. That's the balancing point. After doing candle meditation and any kind of spiritual work, especially candle meditation, these 2 Nadis will get balanced, and the energy will flow from the third point, that the Shushumna Nadi, balance. So this is a Google link, Nadi Yoga. It's a part of yoga. Nadi sadhana, we call it. So nadi is a tube, pipe, nerve, blood vessel. Pulse is a term for the channels through which in traditional Indian medicine and spiritual knowledge, the energies such as prana, or the physical body, the subtle body, and the causal body are said to flow. Within this philosophical framework, the nadis are said to connect at special points of intensity, the chakras. So see, This is Shushumna Nadi, always connected with the sun energy. This is Ida, and this is Shushumna, the middle one. See, so people can read this entire thing.
Well, and here's the interesting thing, because I do practice yoga, and I've heard a lot of this, and we understand it as the chakras. But everything that you've said is absolutely new to me, and the way you present it means, well, as far as I know, I've been mistaught because it's a bunch of Westerners, and what we do in the West, we pick and choose what we like. You know, what sounds pretty, well, that's what we're going to carry away. But everything that's really complicated, we just let that sit there, and we don't give full education to people. I hope that makes
Actually,
sense.
chakra system is also there. Chakra system is also there.
Sure.
It's like that. This is the Nadi system is the basis of the chakra system itself.
Yes.
So when you know the Nadis, you can work with the more elegantly. Yeah, and whenever a person whenever a person can bring balance in everyday life, when he is balanced, he can act from a place of balance and peace. He can forgive people, and forgiveness is very essential. Balance is very essential. Universal love, unconditional love is very essential for everything to sustain in this universe.
But it's very difficult. And not for you, but
for me, it's easy. I think
yes,
sometimes it's difficult. Yeah, sometimes it's difficult.
but for the West, it's virtually impossible. There's just nowhere in the West that you can find that kind of acceptance, that kind of love, that kind of peace.
Yeah.
You go to India, and especially if you go to the outskirts of India, I mean, you just feel it, you know. And it's very hard to be a Westerner and do Westerner things in India because it's not funny. It doesn't have the same movement. Rural India is a place of just peace and of giving and of just spirituality.
Yeah. So very right, but I think don't think like that. I think Westerners are also doing wonderful job, work, projects like you. So I don't see like that.
Yeah,
And
no, you're right.
mudras also, Charles, as we can see in yoga, there are some mudras and pranayama. Pranayama we did, dhyana we did. Mudra, I want to tell you that this is called Chihna mudra, thumb and index and thumb.
Yes.
Whenever we do pratak meditation or any kind of meditation, it's better that your left hand face towards the earth and do the Chihna mudra. And same mudra, whenever you points towards the earth, it is called the, can you see?
I am. Yeah, absolutely. I'm doing
this
it
is
too.
the Agya mudra. Yeah. It's like receiving the energy from the universe, and it's like giving energy to Mother Earth for transportation. Transmutation means the transformation of negative energy into positive energy.
Beautiful.
So it's like, yeah, giving energy, receiving energy. Everything is balance.
All right.
Here also balance. Yeah.
So the left hand faces up and the right hand faces down, right?
Or no, left hand.
Left hand's down and right hand faces up. Yeah. All right. I'll be doing that today.
Yeah. Thank you. So you are also telling about Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, in Indus Valley civilization. So whenever we are talking about Indus Valley civilization, some kind of Google images, popped up. There were beautiful cities. Actually, Mohenjo-daro and Harappa were very beautiful and greatest cities of Indus Valley civilization. An interesting fact is that, Charles, can you hear me? I'm not sure actually.
No, you're doing fine.
I cannot see you. Your picture only comes. That's why. So there were no provisions of toilets. Tell me, and it's not in open sources.
All right, guys. This hit me like a ton of bricks when we were talking about it prior to coming on air. And the reason you can't see me, Angel, but if you open up a window and open up YouTube, it'll be a little bit of delay, but you can hear and see yourself, and that will do. Okay, this is a very sophisticated place. It is the
Yes,
structure and the architecture is absolutely unique
perfect.
and perfect. Yes, it's mathematically. It has all the what do you call it? The hidden the perfect numbers. Uh,
Yes.
and so go up a little more. Go up to the big picture up top and stay right there. Uh,
Yeah.
um, so if you look at National Geographic, they always
Yes.
render it as like a village and very prehistoric because it's 5,000 years ago. Because everything's
Mm.
5,000 years ago, right? Everything that's
Yes.
ancient, it has to fit
Yeah.
into that Iron Age
Yeah.
thing. Because if it's
Mm.
super sophisticated and it's not in the Iron Age, it doesn't fit academia, and everybody loses
Yes.
their PhD. Um,
Yes.
but if you look at the actual archaeology and the actual ruins themselves, it is
Yeah.
incredibly sophisticated
And
and
beautiful.
and
See
beautiful.
this. See this. So beautiful.
Yeah, and it has the
And these are
ratios.
not, yeah, and these are not imagery pictures. Actually, these pictures, I think, were drawn by archaeologists themselves, or maybe they are helping some artists to paint this or to draw
Sure.
this, I think. Yeah. So one interesting fact I already
Oh,
told, that there were,
and let's before we go there, please please understand that there were no toilets at
yeah, no
this.
toilets.
There were no toilets here,
Yeah.
and we've never found an archaeological site that had people there for
Yeah.
whatever reason. Every temple, anything, you always have there is a cesspool. There's some kind of toilets. You don't want to find it. It's not the
Yeah.
greatest find,
Exactly.
but
Exactly.
anything that had any kind of structure, of course, would have a latrine. And
Yeah.
so we know by our own studies that we have Adam and Eve, and after
Yes.
Adam and Eve were expelled
From
from
the heaven.
the Garden of Eden, which
Eden. Yeah.
yes, Eden or Eden, like and in our mind, it looks a lot like this. This is how kind of the gardens are placed and where God walked has a lot of similarity to this. But when they were expelled, uh, um, they had to grow their own food and butcher their own food and cook, and Eve had to
Eat.
give birth. Yeah, they had to eat,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
and Eve had to give birth, and that was painful.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Exactly.
and of course they had to do excretions, and they saw themselves as naked, and they had to do excretions, which is just gross to everybody. So being human has its benefits, but also it's a great burden. So
Disadvantages. Yes.
this can point to comfortably someone that studies as we do. Wow, this was a Garden of Eden time where our
Yes.
bodies and it's quite easy for our bodies to work off of sunlight. We
Yes.
don't have to have that process of excretion.
Yes.
DNA can get energy from anywhere. Grass
Yes.
gets DNA gets its energy from the sun. Why can't
Yes.
we?
Yeah.
And the great creators actually had it all going on.
Yes.
So let that please. This place is very ancient. It's not 5,000 years old. It's
Yes.
pre-flood.
Yes.
Anybody that's
Pre-flood.
honest
Yes.
anybody that's
Yes.
honest about the archaeology at this place, and I know this place quite well, except the
Yes.
way Angel Hope is presenting it to me is so brand new. But I knew it was a
Yeah.
place that suffered a nuclear style event.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
the timelines
Exactly.
don't make sense, and every time it comes up, any professional archaeologist or academic goes, but look over here, that they can't talk about it. They're just like,
Yeah.
oh, don't start with the ancient aliens crap with me. And then you're like, all right,
Yeah.
fine.
Yes. So but we have, you can see that everywhere it is called, like, atom bomb, nuclear war, or atomic explosion. But actually, I personally feel